All right, get ready to dive into the world of digital advertising in Australia.
Specifically, Google Ads versus Facebook ads.
You got it. We've got this awesome blog post from Now Technology Systems, an Australian web solutions company, to guide our deep dive today.
Sounds interesting.
It is. Get ready for some surprising stats and practical tips.
That will help you decide which platform might be the best for your business.
Exactly. Okay, let's start with Google Ads.
The intent king.
Now, Technology Systems called it that, and I gotta say,
It makes sense.
yeah, it's all about capturing those users who are actively searching for something they need right now.
Exactly, and it all comes down to the pay-per-click model.
The PPC model.
Yeah. You only pay when someone actually clicks on your ad.
Makes sense.
So it's all about attracting those users who are already looking for what you offer.
Okay,
Like imagine a shop window display, but in the digital world.
gotcha. So how does that actually work in practice? I mean, how are these ads getting in front of the right people?
Well, you've got two main avenues with Google Ads, the search network and the display network.
Yeah.
The search network is what most people think of when they hear Google Ads.
Right.
Those text-based ads that pop up at the top of the Google search results page.
Mm.
Imagine you're searching for Best Coffee Sydney,
Right.
and boom, an ad for a local cafe appears.
Okay.
That's the search network in action. Advertisers bid on those relevant keywords that match what people are searching for.
Okay, so it's almost like they're reading my mind. But a well-placed ad can definitely be helpful if I'm looking for something specific.
Absolutely. That's the point. The display network is a bit different.
Okay.
This is where you'll see visual ads, think images, banners, even videos across tons of websites, apps, and even YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, and actually, Now Technology Systems pointed out this great example
Oh.
of an Australian travel company
All right.
that used display ads to showcase all these stunning destination photos.
Cool.
And they ended up getting a 20% increase in website traffic.
Wow. A picture is worth 1,000 words, huh?
It really is. And speaking of YouTube, we can't forget YouTube ads.
Right.
You know, YouTube is actually the second largest search engine in the world.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
And Google Ads lets you run video ads that play before, during, or after other YouTube videos. It's a super effective way to capture attention and build brand awareness. Imagine you're watching a cooking tutorial, and then an ad for a meal kit delivery service pops up.
Makes sense.
It's all about aligning your message with relevant content.
That's really clever.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot to think about with Google Ads, but ultimately the key takeaway is that it's all about targeting those users.
Who are already in that searching mode.
Exactly. It's about meeting that existing demand head on and capturing those high-intent users who are ready to take action.
So Google Ads is the intent king. Let's talk about Facebook ads now.
The social butterfly.
Now, Technology Systems called it that, and they emphasized how it taps into those massive social networks of Facebook and Instagram.
All right.
We're talking about a huge, potential audience.
Over 18 million active users every month.
Just in Australia alone.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. But there's kind of a subtle but important distinction between Google ads and Facebook ads, right?
Definitely. With Facebook ads, you're not always reaching people who know they need your product or service yet.
Okay.
It's more about planting that seed, sparking their interest, and nurturing that relationship over time.
Interesting.
It's less about that immediate intent and more about generating demand.
It's kind of like the difference between, I don't know, going fishing with a spear versus casting a wide net.
Oh, I like that.
With Google ads, you're going for those high-intent users who are ready to bite, but with Facebook ads,
You're casting a wider net, exactly.
yeah, and introducing your brand to a larger pool of potential customers.
Yeah.
But how do you make sure you're reaching the right people with Facebook ads?
That's where the Facebook targeting magic comes in.
Oh.
They have incredibly detailed targeting options.
Yeah.
You can target based on demographics like age, location, gender, interests, behaviors, and even past interactions with your brand.
Wow.
It's all about finding your ideal customer and putting your message right in front of them.
I can already picture those ads
Why?
popping up in my feed. And let's not forget about, the visual nature of Facebook ads.
For sure.
They just blend in so seamlessly.
They don't feel as intrusive as some other forms of advertising.
Right. It feels more natural, like a natural part of the browsing experience.
Absolutely.
Which can make them much more effective at capturing attention.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And while Google ads are usually text-based,
Right?
Facebook ads are all about visuals. You can use high-quality images, videos,
Hmm.
even interactive elements to tell your brand story and make that lasting impression.
So with Facebook ads, you're playing the long game.
Yeah,
It's about building brand awareness,
absolutely.
establishing trust,
Yes.
fostering that sense of community around your brand,
Right.
and ultimately creating those loyal customers that every business dreams of.
Precisely. It's a different approach, but can be so effective if you're willing to put in the time and effort.
I can see that. This has been really helpful so far.
Good.
It's already making me think differently about my own marketing strategy.
I love it.
But of course, the big question that's probably on everyone's mind.
The cost.
Yes, exactly. How do Google ads and Facebook ads stack up in terms of pricing?
It's a great question, and Now Technology Systems actually addresses this in their blog post.
Okay, what do they say?
Both platforms use a bidding system where you set a budget and compete with other advertisers for ad placement.
Okay.
However, there are some key differences in terms of cost per click, or CPC.
Okay, I'm listening. What are the differences?
Well, generally speaking, Google Ads has a higher CPC.
Okay.
Because you're targeting those users who are already showing a higher intent to purchase.
Makes sense.
They're further down the sales funnel.
Oh, okay.
So you're essentially paying a premium to reach those highly qualified leads.
So you're paying for those clicks that are more likely to convert into sales.
Yes.
Now, what about Facebook ads?
Well, with Facebook ads, you might see a lower CPC,
Really?
especially if you're running those broader targeting campaigns focused on brand awareness.
Mm.
You're not necessarily paying for those immediate conversions,
Okay.
but you are reaching a much larger audience and building that brand recognition over time.
So it's a trade-off.
Exactly.
A higher cost for higher intent clicks with Google ads versus lower cost and broader reach with Facebook ads.
Yeah.
So it seems like the best approach really just depends on your specific business goals and budget.
Absolutely. And that leads to a really important question. Which platform is right for your business?
Well, that is the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
Now, Technology Systems does offer some guidance, luckily.
Oh, good.
They suggest that if you need immediate leads or sales, Google ads might be the way to go.
Okay.
But if you're looking to build a community and foster that long-term trust,
Facebook ads could be a better fit.
right, it all comes back to those specific goals we were just talking about.
Exactly. It's not about one platform being better than the other. It's about choosing the one that aligns with your overall marketing strategy and the results you want.
Now, is there anything specific to Australia that businesses should keep in mind when it comes to digital advertising?
Yes. Actually,
Yeah.
Australia has specific rules and regulations regarding digital advertising,
Okay.
particularly for industries like alcohol and healthcare.
Gotcha.
Both Facebook and Google have strict policies in place to ensure compliance with those Australian laws.
So it's really important to do your research and make sure you're following the rules.
It is. And if you're ever feeling a bit overwhelmed by all of this, remember there are experts out there who can help.
Oh, good.
Companies like Now Technology Systems.
Hmm.
They specialize in working with Australian businesses,
Okay.
helping them create those advertising campaigns
Yeah.
that are compliant and effective.
That's really good to know. So even if you're, a small business owner without a dedicated marketing team,
You're not alone.
you're not alone in this.
There are resources and support out there to help you succeed.
That's great. So we talked about all this, but at the end of the day, it seems like the best way to figure out what really works best is to try both platforms and see what happens.
I agree. Now, Technology Systems really advises testing both platforms
Okay.
to gather the data and make those data-driven decisions.
Hmm.
Digital advertising is an ongoing experiment.
Okay.
The more you test and analyze those results,
Yeah.
the better you'll understand what resonates with your audience and what drives the results you want.
Like that old saying, the only way to do it is to do it.
It really is.
Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty, try different things, and see what happens.
That's the best way to learn.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
I think so too.
We've explored those key differences between Google ads and Facebook ads,
Uh-huh.
delved into those targeting options and ad formats.
Yeah.
And even talked about those regulations specific to Australia.
It's been a good overview.
But we're not done yet. In part 2 of this deep dive, we'll be focusing specifically on Google Ads, exploring its different components in more detail, and sharing some practical tips for getting the most bang for your buck.
Sounds good. I'll be back to share more insights and help you understand how to apply all of this to your own advertising efforts.
Awesome. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Ready to dig deeper into Google Ads now.
Yeah, let's break down the different components.
Okay.
Remember those two main avenues?
Right, the search network and the display network
That's right.
to reach your target audience.
Yeah, the search network is where you bid on those keywords to get your text ads to show up when people search on Google.
Right, like that pet grooming service that bids on keywords like mobile pet grooming, dog grooming near me.
Yeah, their ad might pop up when someone in the area searches for those exact terms. Now, Technology Systems highlighted a really interesting case study about an Australian bakery that used super specific keywords
Okay.
like gluten-free sourdough bread Sydney,
Wow.
and they saw a significant increase in orders from their target market.
That's so cool. It's like, I don't know, finding a needle in a haystack.
Well, it's more about making your needle super shiny and attractive
Okay.
so that Google knows it's the best one to show searchers.
Gotcha.
And that's where quality score comes in.
Quality score.
Yeah, have you heard of it?
I don't think so.
It's basically a metric that Google uses to determine how relevant and useful your ad is to the person searching. A high quality score means Google sees your ad as a good match
Okay.
for that keyword, which can mean lower ad costs and better ad placement.
So it's not just about bidding the highest amount.
No, not at all. It takes into account stuff like your ad's click-through rate, the relevance of your landing page, and the overall user experience you provide.
So you have to create a good ad and landing page too.
Exactly. Google wants to show people the most relevant and helpful results. And quality score is a big part of that. Now, Technology Systems recommends focusing on creating compelling ad copy that speaks to your audience and building landing pages that are, easy to navigate and visually appealing.
Right, because you wouldn't invite someone into a messy shop, would you?
Exactly. Your landing page should be just as inviting.
That's a great analogy.
So it seems like a lot of thought goes into each part of a Google Ads campaign.
It does.
But that's the beauty of it, really.
Yeah.
You have so much control over who sees your ads and how you present your message.
Okay. What about the display network?
Oh, yeah. With the display network, you can get really creative.
How so?
Well, you can use images, videos, even interactive elements to capture attention and showcase your brand personality.
I can see how the display network could be really good for brand building.
Yeah.
As opposed to like the immediate sales focus of the search network.
Exactly. Now, Technology Systems mentioned this Australian fashion brand that used display ads to showcase their new summer collection. Across a bunch of lifestyle websites, they saw a big jump in brand awareness and website traffic,
Nice.
which led to more sales later on.
It sounds like you can reach a much broader audience with display ads. Are there targeting options too?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're right. You wouldn't want your ad for baby clothes showing up on the website about cars.
Exactly.
Google offers tons of targeting options for display ads.
Like what?
Well, you can target based on demographics, interests, specific websites your audience visits,
Wow.
even topics that align with your brand.
So many options. It must be hard to know where to start.
It can be. Now, Technology Systems really emphasizes understanding your target audience and their online behavior.
Like where they go online.
Yeah, their interests, what they're reading, watching.
Okay.
Once you understand those things,
Yeah,
you can start testing different targeting options
it makes sense.
and see what works best.
So Google Ads provides data to help you track your campaign performance.
Tons of it.
Like what kind of data?
Well, you can see which keywords are driving the most clicks, what demographics are engaging with your ads, and which ads are actually leading to those conversions on your website.
So it's not just set it and forget it.
No, not at all. You have to actively monitor the data and make adjustments along the way.
To get better results.
Exactly. That's the key to success in digital advertising, being flexible.
Okay.
Now, before we jump to Facebook ads,
Right.
I want to talk about landing pages. Remember those?
Yeah, you mentioned those earlier. Why are they so important?
Well, think of it this way. Your ad is the movie trailer, but your landing page is the actual movie.
Okay.
The trailer might be exciting, but if the movie's boring, people are going to leave disappointed.
I see. So the landing page has to deliver.
Exactly. It needs to deliver on the promise of your ad and give visitors a good experience.
I get it now. It's about creating a cohesive experience from the ad to the landing page.
You got it. Now, Technology Systems really emphasizes the importance of dedicated landing pages.
Dedicated landing pages.
Yeah, for each ad campaign. This lets you tailor the message and design to match the specific ad.
Oh, okay.
So let's say you're running an ad for a special offer on a new product.
Yeah.
Your landing page should highlight that same offer and make it super clear and easy for people to learn more or buy it.
So if I'm running multiple campaigns,
Yeah.
I should have separate landing pages.
Ideally, yes.
Yeah.
This way, each landing page is laser-focused on the goal of that campaign.
This is all making a lot more sense now. I used to think digital advertising was just about creating an ad and throwing it out there.
It's definitely more nuanced than that.
Yeah, but it's clear that there's so much more strategy involved.
Absolutely, and that's what's so cool about it.
Yeah.
It's always changing,
Yeah.
always something new to learn. You need creativity, technical skills, and data analysis.
Wow.
But when you get it right,
Yeah.
digital advertising can be a super powerful tool.
This has been so insightful. I feel like I understand so much more about how Google Ads works. And the different strategies involved.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in.
So are you ready to explore Facebook ads now?
I am. Let's talk about those social butterflies.
Okay, we've covered the intent king, Google Ads. Now let's talk about Facebook ads, the social butterfly.
All right, you ready to dive in?
Yes, this idea of connecting with people on a more personal level through Facebook ads is really intriguing.
Yeah, it can be a very powerful approach.
I can see that.
Think about it. You're scrolling through your Facebook feed, catching up with friends,
Right.
and you suddenly see an ad for that bakery you've been meaning to check out. It almost feels like a friend recommending it, you know?
Yeah, I get that. It's a lot more persuasive than seeing like a random banner ad on some website I've never even been to.
But it can feel intrusive.
Yeah. How do you avoid being too pushy?
That's a good point. Now, Technology Systems really stress that in their blog post.
Okay.
The key is finding that balance, between being present and being too aggressive.
Right.
The beauty of Facebook ads is you have so much control over who sees your ads. It's all about targeting the right people with the right message at the right time.
And you were saying earlier that Facebook has all these really specific targeting options.
They do.
Can you give me some examples of how businesses are using these successfully?
Absolutely. Now, Technology Systems gave a great example
Oh, yeah.
of an Australian ecotourism company.
Okay.
They used Facebook ads to target people who are into sustainable travel, wildlife conservation, and adventure activities.
Interesting.
And they were able to reach a very specific audience who were already on board with their values.
So they saw good results.
Yeah, they saw a big increase in bookings.
Wow, it's almost like they're reading their customers' minds. But how does Facebook even know all this stuff about its users? It seems a little...
Creepy.
Yeah, a little Big Brother-ish, you know.
Well, Facebook does collect a lot of data about its users.
Yeah.
But it's all in the name of personalization, really.
Okay.
When you join Facebook, you're giving them information about your interests, demographics, where you live, and as you use the platform, like liking pages, joining groups, even clicking on ads, Facebook gathers even more data about what you like and how you behave online.
I mean, I do like when Facebook shows me ads for things I'm actually interested in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And from a business perspective, it means you can make highly targeted campaigns that are more likely to resonate with people and get you the results you want.
So you're not wasting money on people who aren't interested.
Exactly.
Facebook ads is almost like a science.
In a way, yeah. But there's also an art to it.
Oh.
Facebook gives you all these different ad formats to help you tell your story in a visually compelling way. You can use high-quality images, videos, even interactive elements to make an impact.
I've definitely seen some Facebook ads that have really caught my eye.
And happen.
They're like mini movies sometimes.
That's the point.
Okay, so we've talked about targeting and those different ad formats. What about the actual content of the ads?
Oh, that's important.
Any tips for writing effective copy for Facebook ads?
Now, Technology Systems had some good advice on that.
Like what?
First, keep it short and sweet.
Okay.
People scroll through their feeds so quickly, you really got to grab their attention. Use strong headlines, highlight the benefits of your product or service.
Right.
Write copy that tells a story, creates an emotional connection.
Like those headlines you see on magazines at the checkout.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to hook them in, make them want to learn more.
Gotcha.
Don't forget a clear call to action.
Right.
Tell them what you want them to do.
Okay.
Visit your website, sign up, buy something.
Make it easy.
Yes.
So grab their attention, tell a story, make it easy for people to engage.
That's the gist of it.
But how do you get people to, actually interact with your ads and share them?
That's where the real power of Facebook comes in.
Okay.
Social proof.
Social proof.
Yeah. People trust recommendations from their friends more than they trust, like traditional ads.
But it's like that saying, I'll believe it when I see it from someone I know.
Right. So if you can get people talking about you on Facebook, sharing your stuff, leaving good reviews, it's going to make a big difference. Facebook has ways you can encourage that. Contests, giveaways, sharing, even boosting posts that are already doing well.
So you're using those positive comments to reach a bigger audience.
Exactly.
This is all really fascinating. But you mentioned earlier, Facebook's always changing its rules.
Oh, yeah, you got to stay on top of that.
What did Now Technology Systems say about that?
They said it's important to stay up to date on Facebook's advertising policies. They're always changing things.
Makes sense.
So what worked last year might not work today.
So you have to be proactive, stay informed.
Absolutely. Read up on best practices, follow the guidelines,
Yep.
and be ready to adapt.
So it's not just about setting it and forgetting it.
Definitely not. And remember, this is all part of a bigger social media strategy.
Right.
It's not just about ads. It's about creating content, engaging with your community, building relationships.
That's a great point to end on.
Yeah, it's about creating a genuine connection.
Building a community around your brand.
Well said. This was fun.
Yeah, it was. I've learned so much about both Google Ads and Facebook ads today. It's amazing what these platforms offer.
Exciting stuff.
So to all of our listeners out there,
Yeah, keep learning.
we hope this deep dive has given you a better understanding of digital advertising.
And don't be afraid to experiment.
The key is to find that right platform and the right strategy.
What are your goals?
And for your audience. And don't be afraid to experiment and have fun along the way.